Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, episode 21, AFC and NFC Championship recap. And we also, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl LVII preview. Hey, them Eagles, they deserve the love. I hate to say it, but they deserve it. They deserve it. You see him here with his Carson Wentz jersey. Unfortunately, he ain't on the team no more, but
still got to represent.
I got him this jersey for his birthday.
Yeah, shout outs to you.
I appreciate it, bro.
Gotta represent.
Yeah, so as y'all see, I have my cousin back again, diehard Eagles fan. You know he bout it, and you know he happy that the Eagles going back to the Super Bowl. Hey, let's get into this ish. But this is a primarily Cowboys first show, so we're gonna start off with some Cowboys news. Kellen Moore parts ways with the Cowboys, and now he has joined the Chargers. He's their offensive coordinator. We know how bad that they need an offensive coordinator, because I don't know how the heck you don't win that wild card round when you're up by 27 points, 27-0. So yeah, they badly needed an offensive coordinator. Cowboys named Brian Schottenheimer as their new offensive coordinator to replace Kellen Moore. Brian Schottenheimer is the son of legendary NFL coach Marty Schottenheimer, who coached the Chiefs for a long time and also the Chargers. So hopefully, I don't know Brian. I know he's not living off of his dad's legacy. He has to be his own man. So I don't know how he's going to do, but we'll see. We'll see what he got in store for us. The Cowboys are committed to Dak Prescott and open to a contract extension, per Jerry Jones. Now, personally, I think that's a mistake. I don't think that you should be so locked in on Dak. Don't get me wrong. You can stick with him, but contract extension, to me, it's not necessary. What you think about that?
I feel like it's too early to tell. I don't know if he's giving you enough to make that decision. I feel like it's like a cover our own butt kind of thing, like a safety net type of thing. Because he still has 2 years left on his contract, so you still have 2 years to see if he even is warranted it, if you can trade him. So just to jump the gun and say we're gonna extend him, I don't know. I just feel like it's a safety net. Like, let's just be safe about it.
I literally feel the same. So, the Cowboys contract talks with Odell Beckham. They will continue in the offseason. Cowboys will start over at kicker per Jerry Jones, from Jerry Jones' own mouth, which I kind of agree. Even though Brett Maher has made so many clutch kicks for you during the season, during the playoffs, he was just too iffy, and that's when you need to be playing your best. So I agree with that move. And the Cowboys are impressed with TCU QB Max Duggan. He was working out in preparations for the NFL draft, and they do hope to draft a QB at some point in the draft. So we'll see how that plays out. What do you think about that?
It's kind of weird. Like, why extend Dak if you're gonna look at Max Duggan?
Exactly.
So that's, like I said, it just, I don't know. The Cowboys don't make any sense. Like, you let go of Amari Cooper, but then you're gonna go get Odell, who just had an ACL. Like, you're going to sign Dak, but you're going to go look at Max Duggan. It doesn't make sense. And also, on Brian Schottenheimer, I think Mike McCarthy is going to be the one calling plays. And Brian Schottenheimer is just there, as a title, consultant assistant. But I don't think he's going to be really calling plays. I think it's all going to be on Mike McCarthy, which is going to be interesting, because then now everything's on you, Mike. Like, there's going to be no excuses. Can't point any fingers. Like, you have all hands on deck now. But
And as a play caller, if Mike McCarthy don't get to an NFC Championship, he got to go, bro. It's not cutting it.
This is going to be an interesting offseason for sure. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of moving pieces going around this offseason, so be ready for it.
All right, so we're going to recap both the NFC and AFC Championship. And we'll start, of course, we're going to start with his Eagles. Eagles versus 49ers. The Eagles won 31-7. And, hey, the score tells you, it was an onslaught. After Brock Purdy injured his throwing arm, they didn't have a chance. 49ers didn't have a chance, even with all their weapons, because everybody knows you need a competent quarterback to win, especially in the playoffs. fourth string Josh Johnson had to play. They didn't have Jimmy Garoppolo because he had a season-ending injury. They didn't have who was the other quarterback, the second string.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy, and Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, there, who was supposed to be their quarterback of the future. He got injured, so they didn't have him. So they had to rely on Josh Johnson. One thing I did want to add, the Eagles didn't play well at first. We saw that they struggled the first quarter and a half. It was a defensive struggle, like you were saying. That's what I thought it was going to be the whole game. But then Eagles took off the rest of the game, didn't look back.
For sure. This game was won in the trenches, like I said. The play that Brock Purdy got hurt on was when Hassan Reddick was matched up on a tight end, and immediately the defensive line's presence was shown right then and there. And that's when the game was flipped on that play, which is what the third, fourth play of the game. This game wasn't won with the offensive skill players of the Eagles. You know, Jalen Hurts only had 140 yards passing. This game was a ground and pound game. The defensive line came up to play for this game. I'm not sure if Brock Purdy was there, if it would have made that much of a difference because of how relentless and overwhelming it was for the 49ers. It just how the cards was dealt. Like I said, this game could have been won either way. Like if Brock Purdy was there and decided to sling it out, we could have done it. But this was a ground and pound game that I knew was going to come down to the trenches. So
fair or unfair, a lot of people are saying that the Eagles cakewalk to the Super Bowl because, you know, they played a Giants team that was no match for them, and then 49ers get hurt early.
So are they supposed to win those games? Is that what y'all saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you what everybody else is saying.
Cakewalk is implying that they're supposed to win. If they're supposed to win, then you're acknowledging that they're good. So why are you taking it away that they're good if they're supposed to win? So which one is it? Like, were they supposed to not win those games? So you're acknowledging they're good, right? So what's the issue then? They won the games they were supposed to win.
Yep.
They only play the people they're supposed to. There's a professional player there in the NFL. Like, I don't know. Like most teams played the same teams too. They didn't perform the way. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Like you're admitting that they're good, but you're taking away that they're good.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like whenever LeBron was like, you know, beating people into submission in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right, but the East is soft.
Yeah, but I mean, no, LeBron was just that good.
Exactly.
So,
it's just like, are they? You know, like, they don't want. Nobody wants to admit that the Eagles are good. Yeah. So it's like a backhanded compliment.
So the Eagles will be the NFC representative in the Super Bowl, and you know, we'll see how they do against the Chiefs, who won the AFC Championship against the Bengals. So that's what we're finna get into right now. Chiefs versus Bengals. Chiefs won 23-20. Chiefs played better most of the game. The Bengals came back to tie the game, and it was 20-20. Crucial penalty gave the Chiefs field position for a game-winning field goal. Mahomes played well despite nursing his injury, which you predicted.
Played well. Patrick Mahomes played immaculate. Chef's kiss. He played great. Juju Smith-Schuster was out. Kadarius Toney was out. Mecole Hardman was out. And you had guys like Marcus Kemp having to step up in an AFC Championship game, and it did not matter. Your quarterback is gimping around, limping after every throw, but it did not matter. He didn't make any interceptions, no turnovers, no mistakes. Patrick Mahomes put the team on his back and played amazing football. That was a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, and true. Let's talk more about that crucial penalty that gave the Chiefs that field position for a field goal.
Poor kid, man.
What's his name again?
Joseph Osai.
Joseph Osai. And his name was circulating all over after that penalty. I feel bad for him.
He played so well. He played amazing to that point.
So it's a damn shame that he made that one mistake that possibly cost his team the game. Definitely in that moment right there, it cost his team.
The thing that hurts is because like that was an effort play. He was just going all effort, and it's kind of hard to tell a guy playing that hard to turn his effort off and to think like about the ins and outs of the game. And so that's why it hurt the team. But he played hard, man. He played good.
So he pushed Mahomes out of bounds late. And
Mahomes did sell it though. He
did. I saw him
flop a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that. But so Mahomes sold it. The refs threw the flag, and that gave them 15 yards. They kicked the game-winning field goal. Chiefs win. They go to the third Super Bowl in 4 years.
Shout out to Joe Burrow, though. He played his ass off. That was a good game from the Cincinnati Bengals. He made some incredible throws down the stretch to even keep them in the game. So he's not going anywhere. They're going to be here for a while. It was a good game from Joe Burrow.
All right, Super Bowl 57, Eagles versus Chiefs. It can really go either way. If the Eagles win, I feel like the Eagles will expose the Chiefs' defense, because you know how the Chiefs' defense played in the second half versus the Bengals and let them come back. So if the Eagles win, it's because the Chiefs didn't play well defensively. If the Chiefs win, it'll be because the Eagles didn't do too well offensively and they struggled, just like they did in the first quarter and a half against the 49ers.
Right.
Who do I think will win? Literally 50-50. It can go either way. But I'm going for Mahomes and the Chiefs. I dislike the Eagles heavily. You know, NFC East foes with the Cowboys. I don't like the city of Philadelphia. We know how rambunctious and rowdy they can be, even when they tearing they city up when they win a Super Bowl,
passionate.
Climbing lampposts, setting the city on fire.
It's called being passionate.
No, bro, F that. I love Mahomes. I like the Chiefs. I like Travis Kelce. I like Andy Reid. So my pick is Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I already know who you got.
The Chiefs defense have a lot of rookies playing in the secondary. And so I think, in my opinion, the Eagles are going to attack that from the go. We're going to go straight at your secondary. We're not going to give Chris Jones a chance. We're not going to let Frank Clark and Carlos Dunlap wreck this game. We're going to go straight aerial attack.
So you think that they're going to target A.J. Brown?
I feel like we're going to try to we're going to try to give the Chiefs everything we have to see if they can keep up, because I feel like with the injuries and the lack of experience and the young players, it's going to be a lot on Patrick Mahomes' shoulders. And which is kind of weird to say that, because Patrick Mahomes is already looked at one of the greatest players of all time. When it's all said and done, he's going to be up there with the greats with Tom Brady. And so when you're looked at as that great, you can overcome a lot of adversities. You know, your greatness is going to outshine a lot. But even though that the Chiefs are underdogs and the Eagles are favored to win, but because they have a guy like Patrick Mahomes that's so great, you still kind of give them that chance. Yeah. But I think the Eagles, knowing that, the Eagles having the better roster, the Eagles being more healthier, they're going to give it to them early, and it's going to be a quick game. Not a quick game. It's going to be kind of hit in the mouth quickly. Like, all right, like Patrick Mahomes, you're going to be the reason why they win. All right, let's see it. Like, all right, let's get to it. Yeah. And so if anybody can do it, it's Patrick Mahomes. But I think it's going to be too much. Like, it's just going to be too much. And he's on a bum ankle. He's going to have to go here, do these crazy plays. He can do it, but it's just going to be too much.
And that's the thing. I don't think it's going to be too much, because we were saying the same thing kind of in the AFC Championship game. Oh, right. Like that's why I thought that he might not win, because he has a bum ankle,
right?
You know, and we saw how well he played then. Okay, now he has even 2 more weeks to heal.
No, for sure.
So,
but the Bengals can't run the ball like the Eagles can, and I just feel like they play more complementary football than the Bengals. I feel like the Bengals, it's pretty much high power offense. If you can stop us, you can stop us. We're going to come up and down the field with you. But the Eagles kind of just have a lot more weapons in the holster. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Chiefs secondary.
That's true.
They're going to be put in a bind, especially those young players. That's a lot to ask a rookie in a Super Bowl. But Mahomes is he's gonna play well. This is gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be.
I hope so.
Mahomes is not gonna go anywhere.
So you heard it here. I'm taking the Chiefs. He's taking the Eagles. So Super Bowl 57. Hopefully it's gonna be a great game. I don't know where I'm going to watch it yet, but I'm going to be watching that game. You know, me and my wife, we both going to be going for the Chiefs. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody.
Be safe out there, man.
Oh, you know it. The road's going to be crazy at night. All right, so y'all know I like to talk basketball. We're going to talk Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs are 28-26. They 6th in the West right now. And big news out of Dallas, Kyrie Irving coming to Dallas. They've been traded. He has been traded along with Markieff Morris to the Mavs from the Nets. The Nets receive Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks. And that's big for us Mavericks, because we usually don't get superstars like that. Kyrie, he's a superstar. We know what he can do. Every night that he decides to show up to work, he gives us a show, a spectacular show, doing all these moves, finishing at the rim, crossing over people. Like, Kyrie Irving is an amazing talent. What I am worried about, though, is his shenanigans the past few years. Hopefully he doesn't do that with us, at least this season, because, you know, I'm expecting for him to do something in the offseason, you know, some BS. But when it comes to this season and finishing off this season and getting into the playoffs, hopefully he shows up. Hopefully he produces for us, and hopefully this makes us a better team. So I think that this is great to pair him with Luka Doncic. This is perfect timing because Luka Doncic is currently injured. But whenever Luka is out, whether it's for injury or, you know, breaks on the bench, this gives us another dominant ball player that can produce points and carry the offense in a way that others can't, like we see so many times whenever Luka goes to the bench. What you think about this?
If you're questioning why the Mavericks, if you're wondering why Kyrie made this move, if you're wondering, go watch the Mavericks play the last 10 games without Luka, and it would all make sense. You will see how much of a disaster the product that they decided to put on the court when Luka's not on the court. It's pretty bad that they really, it's hard for them to contribute anything. They don't even have an identity when Luka isn't on the court, and it's kind of sad. And honestly, it's not sustainable. And really, Kyrie Irving is still in his prime. You know, he's only 30 years old, and him being 30, he won a championship already. He's a veteran. I think this is a great move. They need a defensive player or a big, so I still feel like they're not done. They're still making moves, thinking for the long term. Luka is only, 23, 22 years old, still young. And Kyrie being 30, this is just the beginning of stuff for the future. If you can complement that with somebody that can help them on the back end defensively, like a big, you can get Pascal Siakam or something like that. Then
I even heard DeAndre Ayton.
You can get DeAndre Ayton, yeah, but I'm looking more defensively because you have a smaller guard like Kyrie who's going to be on the court majority of the time. True. And you get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith, who was your defensive anchor. You kind of have to replace that. And so if you could do that, then it's a great move for the Mavericks.
So hopefully this can make the Mavs better. Hopefully they can do better than expected in the playoffs. All right, thank you for watching this episode of the Banganator Podcast. Please tune in and subscribe to the Banganator Podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe and like the video so I can keep bringing y'all more content. Please go follow my Banganator Podcast Instagram page. And when it comes to Super Bowl Sunday, how about those Chiefs? Let's go, Chiefs.
No,
they're going to win it.
No. It's
EAGLES, Eagles.
The Banganator Podcast is brought to you by Esley Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?